losing my Ryanair Virginity. So welcome to Morocco. Let's do this. It's my first ever Ryanair flight. 3 hours from Venice to Fes. I've ticked all the boxes, so I'm getting all the bells and whistles. So going to be enjoying the ultimate Ryanair experience. Join me, let's do it together.
This trip showed me the value and the convenience of low-cost carriers like Ryanair. Their networks are huge, but importantly, they connect a range of secondary cities, which, when they match your itinerary, can save you heaps of time and money. I was travelling from Ljubljana in Slovenia to Fes in Morocco. Neither of these cities have major airports, and using legacy carriers via hubs in Paris or Frankfurt to Casablanca and then an onward connection to Fes would have taken anything between 8 and 18 hours. Now, with Ryanair, it was a simple drive to Venice Treviso and then a 3-hour flight and I'd be in Fes. When booking this flight, it was listed at €32, but because this was my first Ryanair experience and because I was carrying a fair bit of luggage, I went all out and I ticked all the optional extras boxes. This got me in-person check-in, fast-track security, priority boarding and extra luggage. In the excitement, I even pre-booked an in-flight meal. I felt like a king. But all this luxury did increase my fare to €135. I got through the fast track lane just in time to see my bird arrive from Fes. Now it turns out that Ryanair doesn't have a lounge at Venice Treviso. I therefore headed straight to the cafe for my fix of caffeine. The best thing about Italy is the espressos are excellent everywhere you go, even at the airport.
Priority boarding, let's do this. Ryanair to Fes.
And the welcome board is Ryanair service 5371 from Venice Treviso down towards Fes.
Like all 737s, this one was laid out in a 3x3 configuration. My seat was in the very first row, so I had heaps of legroom. The seats come with a seat back and a place to put your bum, but not much else. There are no storage facilities and the safety card comes in the form of a sticker. Unless you're in the front row like me, and then you get it like this. Many airlines have increased their cleaning due to COVID, however it appears that my tray table had managed to avoid all cleaning for some time. Quite an achievement in this era. Soon after takeoff, the food sales started. I got my tray table out and when it was my turn, I mentioned to the flight attendant that I'd pre-ordered. She looked at me blankly and said she would check. I never saw her again. Not being very hungry, I didn't think anything of it, but an hour later, after the duty-free sales, I went up and checked with the crew member who happened to be the cabin supervisor. He was the sort of guy who had moved well beyond putting up with customers, especially one asking about a prepaid meal an hour after mealtime. He looked at me and then reached around and grabbed a list of passengers who had pre-ordered their meals that was hanging in the galley, and he pointed to the only name on the list. "Is this you?" he said. He demanded to know why I didn't ask him before now, and said that I should have asked the cabin supervisor at the time. I told him about my conversation with the flight attendant, and as a Ryanair Virgin, I didn't know the system. He asked me what drink I wanted and sent me back to my seat. The meal arrived soon after, with a stern warning to ask the cabin supervisor nicely next time. So there I sat in row 1, eating my dry turkey roll and plain Pringles, thinking this is as good as it gets on Ryanair. But then I remembered this flight was saving me at least 6 hours and I did get priority boarding, so it was time to look on the bright side of life.
Cheers. Here's to a great flight. And to losing my Ryanair Virginity. Somehow, I can't imagine that Kate Hudson would be lathering herself with Egyptian magic on a Ryanair flight.
Our flight route took us along the Med and over Spain, where we eventually crossed the coast at Roquetas de Mar. Before long, we hit the coast of North Africa and were flying over Morocco and ready to start our descent into Fes. It's a beautiful country and well worth a visit. These dirty windows certainly do it no favours at all. If you haven't visited Morocco yet, I'd highly recommend you put it on your list. As we taxied in, we received the traditional Irish welcome to Morocco, thanking us for flying Ryanair.
Thank you for flying Ryanair. Last year, over 90% of our flights arrived on time. We hope you enjoyed yours, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon. Ryanair. Low fares, made simple.
Following this, my old mate, the cabin supervisor, set a new speed speaking record. He clearly wanted this flight to be over more than we did.
Please remain seated with seatbelt securely fastened to the captain and switch off for you. Exercise extreme caution when opening hot springs and have to mind this large fallout can cause injuries. For those who smoke, please refrain from doing so and shiver outside the terminal building. More question about new rules and other recommendations can help you with that. Spotlight come on behalf of all the crew. Like, thank you for choosing to fly with us, and we hope to see you on another scheduled flight. Once again, thank you and have a lovely.
So that was the very first one with the Ryanair. Thank you very much. It's an experience, but I've broken my Ryanair virginity. So welcome to Morocco. Let's do this. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know how this measured up to any Ryanair flights that you've had. And if there's any other airlines you'd like me to try, certainly put that in the comments below as well. If you haven't done so, please consider subscribing to my channel, checking out my channel, because there are a whole lot of other flight reviews and travel videos and a lot more on the way. In the meantime, as always, happy travels.